Afternoon, everybody. This is Grandmaster Rod with ShimYoung.tv. All right, everybody. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about failure. Oh, I know everybody's scared to talk about that topic. They're scared. They're embarrassed. Nobody wants to accept their failures. Nobody wants to be able to say, well, I failed, because then they feel maybe people are going to look at them and say, wow, I don't want to be around this guy or this girl, or she doesn't know what she's talking about, or he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know what? Everybody fails. And you look at, I don't know, 80, 90% of the most successful people in history have failed, and failed more than once. You know what? The Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders, how many times did he knock on doors on restaurants trying to sell his recipe? Thousands, until the first 1001 or 1005, I don't remember what it was, finally said yes. And then what had happened? It turned out into the fantastic franchise it is today. Okay? And like that, there's many, many people. Okay? And you have regular, everyday people that have gone through, failures. Presidents, mayors, politicians, all types of politicians, business people, from big corporations to small corporations. Myself, talk about myself. How many times haven't I gone through failures? How many times didn't I fail at attempting to grow my business? Plenty of times. I've been in business now since 79, so that's what, 38, 39 years? And I failed a lot. I didn't count them, but I failed a lot. But then I also had successes. Okay? And as long as we learn from our failures, then we'll be fine. One of the things, a famous motivational speaker that I follow a lot, one of my mentors, is Les Brown. And Les talks about, he says, when I fall down, I want to make sure I fall down on my back looking up so that I can get back up. And it's true. You can't just fail and put your head down and think about, oh my God, that's it. It's the end of the world. I failed. No, failure is temporary. Okay? You've got to keep your goals, and you got to keep focus on your end result, which your end result is going to be your success when you reach that goal. So whether it takes you 1 day, 5 days, 5 years, 50 years, it doesn't matter. The idea is to get there. Now, we wish and we hope to get there sooner. And how do we do that? By properly planning, setting our goals, analyzing our goals, and starting all over again. And there's methods and systems for all of that. But today what I really want to focus on is your failure. What are your thoughts on failure? Okay? Failure is, what is failure? Failure is failing and failing and failing until you succeed. That's what failure is. Failure is just a temporary standard, It's just like saying, what is courage? Well, courage is failing until you find success. Don't be afraid to fail. Sometimes we want to do something and we're afraid to take that step because we're afraid that we're going to fail. But you don't know. If you knew, you would have done it already. If you knew for sure that if you took this step to over here to the other side of the road, you're going to be successful, then you would do it. But there's never a guarantee. Okay? And one person's success is not the same as another person's success. So we can follow people that are successful, which is one of the formulas that is mostly used today. Okay? Why reinvent the wheel when it's there already? Why go try to find out what do I need to do to get from 100 students to 200 students when there's somebody already that just did it? Why not just go copy what they're doing? Now, isn't it going to get me to the 200 students the same way it got that person? No, maybe not. It might, but maybe not. Because maybe in his town is different, the economical standards. Maybe it's a senior citizen town, or their income is lower, or whatever it may be. There can be different aspects of why it might not give you the same exact result. But is it going to take you further than what you are now? Yes, it will. So one of the success tools that you use for failure, overcoming for failure, is finding that one person that'll mentor you, that you can follow, that has was where you were and is where you want to go. So that way they can help you and guide you to get there. You know, you cut you take the shortcut instead of going through all the headaches and the troubleness of getting there. You know, you listen to this mentor and let him get you or her get you where you need to go. So always look for a mentor. You know, in network marketing, if you're in a certain position, let's say a supervisor, and you know you want to get to a different level, well, look at your mentors. Look at the people that sponsored you. They're above you. Listen to what they have to say and copy them. Now, always you also have things to offer and things to put on the table that they can also benefit from it. You know, and it's happened to me in different aspects. But we all have something that we can offer as well. And it's not to say that don't be afraid to speak in front of these people that are above you, because something that you say might help them in return. Maybe something they never looked at. You know, a different way of doing things. And they say, hey, you know what? You got an idea there. That's right. Let's go with it. Let's try it. Okay? So you can also help out in that process. Okay? So, again, failure is temporary. Don't let it keep you down. You know? Look up, and get going. That's the best way. Don't think so much, you know, why you failed. It's not about that. It's about what's ahead of you. That light, that success, that reward. And it can be anything. You know, people say, oh, well, it's money. It doesn't have to be money. It could be anything. It's you personally label success the way you want it. You don't have to label it the way somebody else does. For somebody, success might be $1 million in the bank. For another person, success might be a little house on the beach. And for them, that's success. You know? Success might be for somebody, let's say my industry, to have 10 schools. Success for somebody else might say, no, I just want to have one school and make a living. That's it. So it all depends. There's nothing wrong. There's no exact measure to success. The only measure you have is yours personally. What you want success to be. How far do you want to go? And when you reach there, then you've got to set a new goal, a new success. Because it never stops. One thing I was talking about in the martial arts class, the adult class the other night, was about standing still. You know, when you stand still, when your body doesn't move, your organs don't function. Your body's meant to move. Your fingers are meant to move. That's why, you know, people that type a lot nowadays, especially in the computers with the keyboard, okay, they end up with that problems with their wrist and their fingers. Why? Because they're like this all day, moving very little, not a complete movement. Or the wrist, or the hands, the fingers, the shoulders. Okay, they develop problems with that. You know, I have a saying that says, stiffness is death, movement is life. We're meant to move. Our bodies are meant to move. So is your mind. Your mind's got to move. You've got to function. So if you felt you reached your success point, find something new. Because you know what? That success will just kill you. And I'll give you an example. You know, my mentor, or my late mentor, my teacher, my father figure, Grandmaster Punky Kim, he had a dream. He had, you know, the dream of owning a hotel and having the school there inside the hotel and being able to teach, you know, without having to worry about paying rent for a school and all of that and producing money. The hotel would produce the money, and the students, you know, what they paid was minimum, and he can teach not worrying about it. Well, he reached that goal. But what happened afterwards? that success killed him. It was too much for him. Where he relieved the stress from the school, he gained a new stress from operating a hotel, which he had no knowledge of. So, you know, we have to make sure that we don't relax. What he needed to have done is to really educate himself and start a new process in his mind to learn the hotel business to make it easier. You know, but he thought he could make it the way he had it, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. So never stop. Body keeps moving, mind keeps moving, right? Stiffness is death, movement is life. All right, guys, with that, remember, failure is temporary. It's not permanent. Get up, get going. Go out and reach your goals and be successful. You deserve it. You are a success story. You've got to tell your story in the future. People want to hear it. People want to know that you've made it and that they can relate to you so that they can go out and make it. Okay? This is Grandmaster Rod with Shim Young Do TV. Success.